When you look at a highly successful bakery, you might assume the secret to their success is a special family recipe. But behind the scenes, there is a different kind of ingredient driving the business. It comes down to something called inventory, sometimes referred to as stock. In simple terms, inventory is all the physical materials a business holds so it can create the products it sells to you. It is easy to picture inventory as just the finished items sitting on a store shelf, but it actually exists in 3 distinct physical stages throughout the production cycle. The first stage is raw materials. These are the basic resources or ingredients you need to get started, like heavy sacks of flour or solid blocks of butter. The second stage is what we call works in progress. These are goods that are only partly made or assembled. Think of a bowl of cake batter mixing together, or a cupcake that hasn't been frosted yet. The final stage is finished goods. These are the end products that are completely ready for a customer to buy, like a perfectly boxed cake sitting in a display window. Managing the constant flow of physical materials through these 3 stages is absolutely essential. A business has to get this right if it wants to survive. You might think a business should just keep as much inventory on hand as possible, but holding on to too much stock, a problem known as overstocking, creates a heavy burden. The biggest risk of overstocking is cash flow. Spending cash on extra stock traps that money. You have a full warehouse, but no cash to pay bills. Also, sitting ingredients spoil. When inventory deteriorates, the business must write it off as a total loss. On top of that, keeping all those extra supplies requires physical space. That means the business has to pay higher storage costs, which increases their daily running costs for things like heating, lighting, and extra warehouse rent. Storing massive piles of goods also creates security vulnerabilities. The more items sitting around, the higher the risk of product going missing due to theft. Having excess inventory does offer one clear benefit. If a massive, unexpected order suddenly comes in, the business will be ready to fulfill it immediately. While having extra stock is better than having none at all, leaning too far into overstocking starves a business of its cash and physical space. On the other extreme is understocking. This happens when a business holds too little inventory, and it quickly turns into an operational disaster when demand peaks. Without enough raw materials on hand, the baking simply stops. The ovens go cold because there is nothing left to make. When production stops, the business breaks its agreements with customers. They become completely unable to fulfill existing orders on time. They also miss out on potential new revenue. If a large, unexpected order comes in, they have to turn it away because they lack the supplies to handle it. Over time, these repeated failures create a lasting problem. Customers begin to view the bakery as unreliable, which heavily damages its public reputation. By breaking that basic promise to the customer, an understocked business pushes people straight towards its competitors, directly threatening its own survival. To avoid holding too much or too little, businesses rely on smart digital tracking systems to keep a constant eye on every single item. The process starts at the checkout register. Every time a finished product is sold, its barcode is scanned. In this flowchart, a barcode scan sends sales data to the central database, deducting that item from current stock levels. The database has a trigger point, a minimum inventory level. Once stock drops to that line, the system automatically sends a reorder alert. This automated setup ensures that fresh materials are restocked at the precise moment they are needed, removing the chaos of human guesswork. When you walk into a bakery and see everything running harmoniously, you are looking at a business that has found this perfect balance. As this infographic shows, they understand how to manage physical materials across all 3 stages: raw materials, works in progress, and finished goods. They avoid the extreme traps. They don't waste their cash and space by overstocking, and they don't halt production and anger their customers by understocking. Instead, they rely on smart software and calculated trigger points to maintain a steady equilibrium. Mastering how materials flow in and out of a business ensures they always have exactly what they need to thrive.